Hey guys, welcome to another Hunter video. I'm a Night Elf Hunter on the Whisperwind server, and welcome to the fourth part of my Hunter leveling guide. Now, a lot of you have been saying that I should make these faster because they have made a character and want to level along with the guide. However, this guide isn't about where to go level or which quests you should do or in what zone you should be in. It's about skills, the skills you should have as a hunter while leveling, as well as when you are level 80. Now, saying that, I will not take this hunter up to level 80. It's only gonna go up to level 20, and then after 20, I will create skill videos where you have your individual hunter skill, such as, say, tranquilizing shot or misdirect, and how to use them and how to apply them in both PvP and PvE settings. So, with that being said, go and level on your own. Only the first two videos, level 1 to level 10, are what you should, the skills that you should apply in that exact level. All the other skills or guides that I give you, you could do basically at any time or practice at any time. Now, as a hunter at level 12, you may notice that your action bars are kind of filling up. So why don't you give yourself some extra action bars? Press escape, go to the interface menu in the action bars, and then I gave myself 4 extra action bars. And after I do that, you'll see the action bars have changed a little. There's some extra spaces there. Now, you don't see anything because there's no skills added to them currently. And I'm not going to add any skills to them currently. I'm going to add some macros, some hunter macros you should know while leveling up. So to access macros, type in /m in the enter, and then you'll have your macro screen. So to create a new one, go to new, type in your macro name, and then select a random icon, whatever you want to see. And then once you've done that, you type in the macro that you want this macro to do, and then you drag it onto your action bar. I already have some macros created. The first of them is pet attack. Oh, by the way, if you want to see all these macros and copy them down, I have them listed on my website, tribunalxhunter.com, or link in the sidebar if you're on YouTube. Now, this macro pet attack allows me to cast Hunter's Mark while I send my pet to attack at the same time. So it's fairly easy for me to dictate where all my skills go and where my attention goes, where my pet goes. The second one is Pet Revive. This one macro is a very powerful macro. It allows me to heal my pet if it's around me, it summons my pet if it's not around me, and it revives my pet if it is dead. So one button that does all of those things. Very good macro. So you drag them onto your action bar, and I can use them anytime I want. And since I am level 12, that means I have more hunter skills I can train. So run to your nearest hunter trainer, and I'll tell you about some of the new skills that you've learned. So I have Mend Pet, which allows me to actually use my new Revive Pet macro. I have Distracting Shot, and I have Wing Clip. Now, let me just talk about some of these skills. For Distracting Shot. Distracting Shot is pretty much a skill that you won't use very often. It has a very limited amount of scenarios where you can actually use it. One of them is if someone or a mob is attacking your pet, and your pet is about to die. Then you use Distracting Shot to bring the mob onto you so that you can have time to heal your pet. Other than that, there aren't very many applications to it until you are level 80. Now, the other skill that you've learned is Wing Clip, and that is in the Survival spellbook. There. So Wing Clip basically acts the same as a concussive shot. Now, concussive shot is for range, and Wing Clip is for when you're in melee range. Now, Wing Clip should always be on your action bar, because if an enemy gets too close, you shouldn't stop and melee them with your sword or your axe. You should Wing Clip the enemy, and then run out to range again to shoot with your bow or gun or crossbow. Now let me just reorganize my action bars a little so that it mimics my current level 80 hunter. Now I know a lot of you are saying for me to get some add-ons for my interface. However, I don't want to get to the point where I'm so used to these interface add-ons that when I'm actually leveling at a new computer or just playing at a new computer, I am unable to do anything because I'm not used to the UI. So I like to keep it plain and simple, and that's how I advocate. Plain and simple. You don't need those very heavy add-ons. Now I'm gonna show you pet attack. So as you can see, I click one macro and I can set my pet to attack along with casting Hunter's Mark. Now because Hunter's Mark and pet attack are on separate cooldowns, well, pet attack isn't really a skill, so you don't have a cooldown for it, but you can do them at the same time. So might as well make one macro to do this instead of pressing two buttons or two commands. And you can do this with many other things, such as two types of melee attacks that are on separate cooldowns, or maybe an aspect and a shot that is on separate cooldown. Now I'll talk about the pet revive macro. Since my pet is right there, I am healing my pet with mend pet. And if I dismiss my pet, and once I dismiss my pet, it'll have about 60% health. The same macro will call the pet back, and the same macro again will heal my pet up some more. So you should definitely make use of this macro while leveling and while level 80. Now you can see I have to go north in order to complete the quest. So let me tell you about a trick I like to do so that I can level faster and it's not so boring just running around. I shoot the enemy, pulling it with either concussive shot or auto shot. Or with serpent sting or auto shot, and then I start strafing and running in the direction that I want with arcane shot. And then when that happens, if they're getting too close, I concussive shot. If they're really too close, I wing clip, and so they're slowed down. And however much health they have left that I don't kill, my pet will finish them off once it gains aggro or just once it kills them. So now I am here and I have, or the first time I've seen a bear. So I'm gonna tame this bear. As I said in my previous pet video, you should get a tenacity pet first, but then until you see a bear, crocolisk, or turtle, you should get one of those. Now the reason I want to get a bear is because a bear has swipe, which is a good AoE spell, and I'm gonna name it Yogi or Yogi, I guess. And a bear is very easy to maintain because it can eat pretty much anything, whether it's meat, fish, fruit, fungus, bread, pretty much anything. So it's very easy to upkeep. Any food you find, you can feed the bear and keep him happy. Now at level 14 you get Eagle Eyes, Eyes of the Beast, Scare Beast, and that's it. All within the Beastmaster spellbook. And these skills are really more for PvP than PvE and more fun than for actual PvE settings. First is Eyes of the Beast. You get to control your pet for 1 minute straight. You can do or run however far you like and attack anything you like. Now with this, if you attack someone and you run too far and either the timer runs out for the spell or you cancel the spell, then your pet will be dismissed because it's too far away from you. Scare Beast, I mainly use it for PvP to scare away hunter pets and also to scare away druids. Other than that, there's not really much of a use for it in PvE unless you're trying to save your pet or save yourself. That is a beast. And for Eagle Eyes, you could cast it to look at pretty much as far as you want, as long as your computer can handle the distance. So for me, let's say I want to target this little cliff here, and I can see this cliff. Now this mainly applies, it has great uses for PvP. for strategy and battlegrounds, not so much for PvE. And so that's it for this video. For my next section, part 5, I'm going to talk about some skills you get from level 15 to level 20, as well as some of the extra things you get at level 20, and some other general hunter tips. And so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care. Till next time.